All right.
On your mark, get ready. And we are live. So it's You've Got Mel again. And You've Got Mel has a special guest, Risa Cohen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I really
And,
appreciate it.
and you got up early in Toledo, Ohio.
It's not that early for me. It's 9 a.m. I've already gotten the kids to school, done my yoga, made my coffee.
Hmm? What kind of yoga do you do?
Oh, I've done lots of different forms, but lately I just do a 10-minute hatha stretch every morning. No big
I,
deal.
I, I think that yoga is wonderful. It makes me very nervous, so I stopped doing it. But for people that it works for, it's wonderful. Anyway, we start the show with a jingle.
Love the jingle.
We have to do the jingle. Otherwise, it's not You've Got Mel, you know? And we are off and running.
Get a chair, grab a seat, or we'll sweep you off your feet. We move, we groove, you got Mel. Ease your legs, rest a while, all you gotta do is smile. We're swell, can't you tell, you got Mel. When the show begins, you better hold on real tight, or before you know it, you'll be high as a kite. Take a break, settle down, we're the only show in town. It's our road, don't you know, you got Mel. Give it up, don't think twice, we're a hurricane on ice. What the hell, give a yell, ring your bell, show and tell. Mademoiselle, give a smell, you got Mel.
You've got Mel. And Mel has the incredible Risa Cohen. And in a minute, we'll stop sharing and we'll see each other. Oh, wonderful. So you define yourself as an expert in literacy through music. And I love it. Can you
Thanks.
explain? Can you explain, like in a sentence? This program is about you, and I know you have a new initiative. So, just in one sentence, what do you do?
So I teach children and their grown-ups literacy through music and love.
To read through music?
I teach reading and writing, and it's an integrated curriculum that incorporates music and movement.
Okay, it's wonderful. And afterwards, you'll put the link where people can find out about it underneath this.
Singintoreading.com. Yep,
Okay,
sing
so
into
now
reading.
we've done the commercials. Uh, this show is brought to you by Our Books, the world's simplest platform for creating free interactive books. We've done all the advertising. Now tell us about yourself. Start at the beginning. What's a nice Jewish girl like you doing in Toledo, Ohio? Start at the beginning.
All right, so like beginning where I was born.
Even where your parents were born. Whatever
Oh,
you like.
all right. So yeah, I'm an Ashkenazi Jew. My parent, my we came, during World War II to New York City, like everyone else. I was born in New York City, um, at at New York University Hospital. We'll circle back to that. And
1 second, your parents came to New York from where?
well, no, my parents were born in Great Neck, New York,
Or
Long
like your
Island.
grandparents or your great grandparents came
Yeah.
from Europe?
Yes, from Russia, Poland, Germany. And so I was born in New York City. I lived there like 6 months, and then we moved to Fort Apache in White River, Arizona, because
Because New York was too small for you. You needed a big place.
I needed Fort Apache in White River, Arizona. It's a big reservation with one trading post. And the trading post was everything: the post office, the grocery store, the everything store. There's only one trading post. There's nothing else on the whole huge reservation. So we lived there 2 years. And then we lived.
Rita, you have to tell me why you were a
Okay.
Jewish family living on a reservation. There must be an interesting story here, dear.
So I was born during the Vietnam War, and my father enlisted in the public health services so that he was afraid he would be drafted and sent to Vietnam. And yeah, he didn't want to do that, but he served. He enlisted in the public health services, and so we were stationed in Fort Apache for 2 years. And And then after his 2 years were done, then we lived in a VW microbus for a while, traveling around with our dog, Tulipai, and I slept in a little laundry basket under the sink. And then we
Your
settled.
parents were hippies.
You could say that. You wouldn't know it meeting them now, but you could say that. I've seen the pictures.
Send pictures, Risa.
Okay. So then we settled down in New Haven, Connecticut. My dad was a doctor at Yale New Haven Hospital, and he's an OBGYN. And we lived in New Haven for a while. Then we moved to
What's his name? What's his name?
Dr. Ian Cohen.
Okay.
And
Okay, is he still serving the public?
he is. He is. He's
So anybody who needs a good OB/GYN in New Haven?
well. He's in Waterbury now.
Ah, well, okay. There's
But
there's people in Waterbury who
yeah,
have babies and stuff, right?
yeah. I don't know. I don't think he's taking new patients right now, but yeah.
Okay.
So we settled down in New Haven. Then we moved to a suburb called Woodbridge, and I grew up there. And then when I went to college, I went to NYU, to New York University, and I studied acting. I got a BFA in acting from what is now Tisch University, Tisch School of the Arts at New York University. And it's funny, it circles back because I was born at New York University Hospital, which is now Tisch Hospital. So.
But one second, we're getting ahead of us here. What kind of girl were you?
Oh my! Uh, I was wanting so badly to do the right thing all the time. I was, and I was very jealous of my sister, who is now my very best friend other than my husband. And I can't imagine being jealous of her because she is the sweetest person in the world, in the whole world. I mean, she's incredible. She's just such a wonderful being. I mean, she's a servant of humanity. She started a volunteer organization in Belmont that she has hundreds of volunteers with her, and she's an incredible person, and she always has been.
Let's bring her to the show.
You should. She's amazing. You should.
We will. We'll bring her together. And she's your elder sister or your younger sister?
She's my younger sister.
And you were jealous of your younger sister?
Yeah. I think because everybody loved her.
What's not to love about you, Risa?
Oh, thank you.
So you were a young warrior for justice.
Yes, for
And
sure.
that's why you talk about Woody Guthrie.
Oh, yes, I do. I do talk about Woody Guthrie often.
Died decades before you were born. What's that all about?
Uh, I'm just fascinated by him. So I speak every now and then once a year, I speak at the Banned Books Festival. And it just seems like every year there's another reason that Woody Guthrie is so timely. And I've talked about other people. I talked about Pete Seeger one year. But Woody Guthrie is definitely one of my biggest musical influences. Probably Woody Guthrie and Ella Jenkins are probably my biggest influences musically. And, it just so happens he has this publication that was banned, so it's easy to speak on that, and then I can do the song, so that's fun.
Some of his songs were banned.
Oh, for sure.
And he had to change the lyrics to "This Land Is Your Land."
Yep.
Once in a while.
Yep.
He's also a hero of mine.
Aw.
So you did your bachelor's degree in acting, which is terrific. So you're an actor, and then you became a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, when I was a little girl, you asked me how I was as a girl. I thought I would be a teacher at first, and then I thought I wanted to be an actress. So I've always felt called to it. My mother was a teacher. My mother started one of the first Head Starts in New York City. So I come by it honestly. And I loved acting because I've always been an idealist. And to me, one of the reasons I love Woody Guthrie is that, he really, oh, I thought I turned on Do Not Disturb. Sorry about that.
Okay, or either that or the toast is ready.
Or I've got Mel. You
Mel
got
has
Mel.
you.
So one of the reasons I admired Woody Guthrie is because I felt like he used his art for justice. He used his art in a way that helped to the world. And I've always been an idealist and wanted to live a juicy life, as you say. And I was really touched by your live. And I wanted to change the world through my art. And so I got into acting with all of these great visions of changing the world. And and I got my degree, and I discovered that I could do all of that great work that I wanted to do for free. And and that if I wanted to make a living as an actor, I really needed to do commercials and tours, or at least that was my experience. And I found myself in a Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial, and I was a vegetarian at the time.
Come on, I was gonna guess that you were in a Campbell's soup commercial.
And I said to
But
my,
that you were in a Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial?
yeah,
Lisa, it's not even kosher. What are you doing?
I know, I know.
Did
So
you have to eat it? Like,
no, I didn't have to eat
what's
it,
the
but
rabbi gonna say?
I was freelancing with this agent, and I was sent on this call, and I was in this commercial, and then I went back to my agent and I said, I don't want to do those
One
commercials
second,
anymore.
Risa, this is the most important part of our discussion. What was your role in the Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial? Were you a
Oh,
chicken? Were you a
I was
client?
just an extra. I was just an extra. I was
Ah,
on a football field. It was a set in the 60s or 70s, so I was all decked out in my 60s, 70s stuff, and I had this big blanket. And then, as it turned out, when I got to the call, there was another friend there who we were in a show together. And so he was like, let's team up. So we sat next to each other, and we were just sitting on the bleachers at this football stadium. And then once the team wins, everyone rushes the stadium. So he and I were like, let's get our faces on camera. And we're rushing really fast. And it worked. We got on camera. And then I was embarrassed that I was on this Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial. So
you
I,
should have stayed in the wings.
yes,
Sorry,
exactly.
that's terrible, terrible.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that was your moment of greatness as a thespian. And
Well,
then
I had a few others, but I told my agent I didn't want to do those commercials anymore. And he was like, I thought you were an actor. And that was the end of that relationship. And then I ended up on a tour. I, the last tour I did, I toured the Mid-Atlantic states doing Greek mythology and Robin Hood for kids. And that was a really fun tour. And I met a dear friend on that tour. And I was already engaged to my husband. And so going on tour was really hard. And I was already teaching.
1 second, you were engaged to your husband and you met some other guy?
No, he's this other guy who I was on tour with, my tour partner. He's gay, and we
Okay.
became great friends.
Okay. It's the things that people share on my show. It's like incredible. Go ahead. I'm having so much fun. I'm going to have you back tomorrow.
That'd be fun. I'd do it anytime. So I'm having fun.
I'm joking because I have somebody tomorrow, but in a few months.
I'm teaching tomorrow, actually, but another time. So in the meantime, I had started teaching as a day job. I took a day job at this indoor playground called Play Space. And as an actor, I saw it as a teaching opportunity. or as a performing opportunity. At the time, I was thinking of it as a performing opportunity. So I started doing puppet shows and sing-alongs and storytelling drama and all these great fun things, because that was fun for me, because I love performing. And I started doing them all the time, and the manager was like, let's get a calendar out and have you all the time. So I got a regular calendar. I had all my fans that, all the kids and their, parents and their nannies that would come whenever Risa was doing a show, they would come. And I ended up being manager of this place-based, great place. And so after one of my shows, which I guess was a class, but I thought it was a show, you talked yesterday about the relationship between teaching and performing.
Isn't that incredible?
And
I think that a good teacher is a performer.
yeah, well, and a good performer, connects with the audience, and that's what you do as a teacher. You connect with your students.
If the students are lucky to have you as a teacher. So can you sing for us one of your songs there from way back when, from one of those shows? Or This Land Is My Land? You have you have an incredible voice, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I heard you sing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, let's see. What did I used to do back then? Yeah, I could do This Land Is Your Land. I know I can do that one, because this is actually my song.
It's better than doing the Kentucky Fried Chicken thing.
So this song, when I was growing up, my mother played guitar, and my father was one of 7, now 6 siblings. And we used to get together with the whole family about once a month, big gathering. And my mother had taught everyone, all the grown-ups, one song. And every time we got together, they would pass the guitar around and everyone would do their song. So every time we got together, my dad would do Dark as a Dungeon, my Aunt Jane would do Bottle of Wine. These weren't all children's songs, but that was their song. So when I turned 12, I told my mom I wanted a song. And she taught me this song. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. And all around me, a voice kept sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. So interesting.
Beautiful. Wow.
Thank you.
I wanted to join you like with the second voice.
Oh, yeah, please.
No, I can't because it doesn't come out together.
I know, because our internet speeds are all different. It's very frustrating. I'm singing with kids all the time and I want to sing together, and we can't really on Zoom. It's difficult.
So my friend Paul Keller, he does this. He sings a line and then somebody else sings a line. Right?
You want to try it?
Well, we can try it, yeah.
You want to try it? All right.
If I know the song.
Well, we'll do the chorus of the. You want to do the chorus of This Land Is Your Land, since I know you know it?
What key is it in?
I did it in C, but I could do it in A because your voice is probably
fine.
more.
He's fine.
We'll do it in A. We'll do it here.
I'm okay in C.
What?
Go ahead, you start.
You want it in A or C? I missed it.
C's fine.
C's fine. All right. This land is your, well, I was thinking of doing it in A. This land is your land. Your turn.
This land is my land.
From California
To the New York Island.
from the redwood forest
To the Gulf Stream waters.
this land was made for you,
And
me.
we both went up a third. That's the
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the
That's what you do.
yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was
Yeah.
fun.
So this is Paul Keller's invention for singing together.
Yeah, I do it in my classes too. I didn't know he invented it.
I'm not sure he invented it, but I love him, so I'm giving him credit. He also did a Christmas show and incorporated a Hanukkah song. And I know you do Hanukkah songs, but I don't like Hanukkah songs, so we'll get back to it later. I'm getting off track here. So then you decided to do your master's in education.
Right. So I used to do these shows at Play Space, and after one of them, a nanny approached me and she told me, and someone who came to all my shows, she said that she taught art at this school and they were looking for a music teacher and would I be interested? And I was like, I'm not really a music teacher. And she was like, yes, you are. You're so much better than anyone the school has ever had. And I discovered there's a difference between being a musician and a music teacher. So, so I applied, I got that job. I decided I loved it. And that last tour that I did, I really missed my husband and I really missed teaching. And I decided I didn't want to leave teaching again. And that was what I really wanted to do. So I pursued my master's. And I got a master's in early childhood and elementary education from Bank Street College. And then I went into the classroom and I taught a K-1 loop in New York City public schools.
Wow, I envy your students. They must have had a ball.
You know, we had a really good time. And interesting story, just last week, I got an email from a librarian at Torrington Library, and she said that, you know, they're doing these story times and they incorporate music and movement, and can I help them with what they can do online, because all of it's online now. And she said, I don't know if you remember me, I was one of your kindergarten students. And I totally remember her. And she said she still remembers all the songs. She said anytime she finds one of her favorite books, she remembers me reading it, and she's a librarian.
So let's now talk a little bit about the children's books and your connection with writing for kids. I have a theory, and my theory is that those of us who write for children are stuck back at some age of our childhood. And the age of children that we write for is the age that we're stuck at. So if I'm right in your case, what age are you stuck at?
An interesting theory. I write picture books. So the ages I write for, I write two types. I write these lyrical books in prose that are really for ages 5 to 7, 4 to 7. And then they're all for 4 to 7, really. I guess I'm stuck 4 to 7.
But if you were to pick a specific age between 4 and 7, it would be 5 or 6?
Maybe, yeah, 5.
Do you know why?
No.
Well, Risa, now we have homework. Because I also write for 5-year-olds, and that's where I'm stuck. And I've been stuck a lot longer than you have.
Yeah, I don't. Why are you stuck at 5?
No, but this program is about you, dear.
Okay.
When the show is You've Got Risa, you can give me a call and I'll be on.
All right, all right, all right.
So what does the young 5-year-old Risa have to exorcise?
I don't know. Let's see. I started kindergarten when I was 4. Um, I, uh, you know, I know that was I had some social issues that year. I had some social issues that year. I had grown up with this close knit group of friends that we were in like a play group together because all our parents were friends, all our moms were friends. And it was like our homemade preschool. So there were about 5 of us, and all the moms were good friends. And all the kids would get together. I think there were 5. And each day, 2 of the moms would sit in the kitchen while all the 5 kids were in the basement doing whatever. I mean, this was the 70s. And the 3 moms who were off duty could go do errands or whatever. And then we would rotate houses. And I was
Hippies, I told you, hippies.
I was really good friends with all the people in this group. And then we got to kindergarten, and most of them were boys, and they discovered I had cooties. And
You had cooties?
I was a girl.
What
And
does cooties mean?
well, maybe you don't have it in Israel.
I was in Canada.
Oh, you were in Canada?
What have I been missing my whole life?
Oh, so like girls say that boys have cooties and boys say that girls have cooties. It's like maybe they don't do it anymore, but when I was growing up, that's what they said. I don't know. It's like,
And all the hundreds of people who are watching us know what cooties are except for me?
no, probably not. It's probably just, I don't know. It's something I thought everyone knew because I grew up 5 where I grew up 5, but probably no one else.
Risa, this is the time now to share what cooties are for the world.
I don't even know. It was like germs or something. I don't even know. I was too embarrassed to ask what are cooties and admit I didn't know what they were. I don't know. But we would have cootie spray. So like anytime anytime I went near any of my friends, they would go, cootie spray, shh.
Okay, listen, I've never heard about this before. And this is a terrific idea for a book. And if you don't write it, I'm going to write it.
I'll write it. I'll write the cootie spray book.
And you know, my job is not to give you ideas for your children's books. I'm sure you have them, but you should write about this.
Yes, I should. Yes, I should.
One of my cootie spray issues as a 5-year-old was being left-handed. So I'm trying now to write a children's book about it, unsuccessfully, but at least I'm trying. So I want to, I'll be your mentor with the cootie book, and you can mentor me with the lefties book.
You know, that's another reason I might be stuck, because I was ambidextrous and my teacher made me right-handed.
Oy
And
vey.
everyone else in my family is left-handed. My mother, my father, my sister.
Oy vey.
Yeah.
There you go. So maybe I'll write the story and you'll write music to it.
I think you can write your own music too. We can both write about left-handed. I bet it would come out different.
Okay, that's an idea. Let's now fast forward. So you fell in love, you got married, your husband became a professor, and you had to move to Toledo from New York? Nobody goes to Toledo because they want to go to Toledo. I don't even know where it is, you know.
I mean, a few other things happened in the middle, but we moved to New York. We moved from New York to Toledo because there was more arts and culture. Just kidding. Just kidding.
You had me for a minute.
No, Ed got his PhD in theater and did a nationwide or even international, actually, job hunt for a tenure track position. And this is where we landed. He's at the University of Toledo. And that's how we got here.
That's what I guessed.
Yeah, you got it right.
You know, the only other thing is to open a phone book and just to put your finger down and it says Toledo, Ohio. And most people would just do it again and put their finger down again until they got a normal place. But I'm sure Toledo, Ohio is wonderful. And before we get to back to your writing, as an adult, you also had 2 serious predicaments. So you've been challenged.
Yeah, I've had a number of serious predicaments. I think we all have. It's hard to get through life without them. It's just part of life, right? It's life. But
Did your buoyant spirit and wonderful personality help you get through difficult things in your life?
oh, thank you. I think the people around me and the wonderful, buoyant spirits around me helped me get through difficult things in my life. Yeah. I'll tell you, and I think the two incidents you're referring to are surviving breast cancer and surviving a really bad car wreck that broke 7 bones and put me in the hospital for 6 weeks. Um, but at those times, it was definitely the people around me that got me through it. I can remember there was, there were a number of times when I started to feel my spirit sinking, and every time somebody pulled me up. There's one particular moment I remember. I um, After surgery, you get these long drains, and I went in and I was hoping to get my drains out and hoping that I could drive again, because I wasn't allowed to lift my arms at all for a while after surgery. And I got the news that I wasn't going to get my drains out, and I couldn't drive for another 2 weeks, and I still couldn't lift anything, and basically still couldn't do anything, and Ed still had to dress me, and that was really a difficult moment for me, because I thought I was going to get some freedom and I didn't. And um, Ed drove me back from the doctor's appointment, and when we got here, there was uh, uh, there was a delivery at my door, and it was soup and bread with a beautiful note from some colleagues at work. And I just felt so touched, and it saved me. And there were just so many moments like that, but it's the people around me that got me through, for sure.
And I'm trusting that you're okay, and very brave also to talk about these things.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, thank God I'm in remission. I've been I've been clean for 5 years. So.
Thanks God. And so if this weren't a challenge enough to you, you had this terrible road accident. What happened?
Oh, I was just driving, and someone came out right in front of me to make a left turn. She just it's this really bad hairpin turn in Toledo that you shouldn't be allowed to make a left turn from this road. And she didn't see me, and she came out like right in front of me, and it was just a really, really bad car wreck. Um, and yeah, I broke 7 bones. I ended up with a frozen shoulder. It still affects some of the mobility in my right wrist and shoulder, but which is why I play a baby guitar now and not a full size.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I said,
Yeah.
what kind of guitar is that? Either that or you're a very giant human being. I couldn't figure it out. You know,
I'm not
big
that giant.
little guitar, and it's not a ukulele. What is that? Maybe
So,
you're a giant. I don't know.
so that guitar is one that we bought for my son when he was a kid. It's like a junior size guitar, and it's become my guitar, and he now plays the full size. And after this accident, I learned the uke, because that the full
Ah, so
size,
you do play ukulele?
a little, yeah. I mean, as much as I play guitar, if you can call that playing, yeah. So the full size guitar just kind of displaces my shoulder too much, and if I play too long, it hurts.
I
That's
see.
another reason I do yoga every day. It really helps.
So, how do you look at life now? Are you ready for whatever life can throw at you?
I'd like to think so. I mean, I I just started this business, singingtoreading.com. I just started this. It's online classes,
Hmm.
and I've been dreaming of doing this business for a long time. When
Ah, because because I was going to ask you, why don't you just, like, you would be the best kindergarten teacher in North America. I have to say that one of the things that I'm very partial towards is kindergarten teachers, because my mom was one. My late mother was a kindergarten teacher, and I was once in a while her helper when I was young. So I have this terribly soft spot in my heart for kindergarten teachers. But you've decided to become a business person. You could make a lot of money being a kindergarten teacher. I don't get it.
I have been a kindergarten teacher. I could still be a
No, but I
kindergarten.
mean, now you could be a kindergarten teacher.
Right, of course I
Who needs
could.
to make money on these .com things?
Well, it's not about the money for me so much as I have this vision of this integrated curriculum teaching literacy through music and movement. And I know that it's effective, and I've seen it in the classroom working better than any other method. And I want to share it. I want to share it with students. I want to share it with families. I want to share it with schools, with libraries. And I know that it works. After getting my master's, then I continued my education, and I did professional development at the Reading and Writing Project at Teachers College at Columbia University, and I served on leadership groups there. And when I was a classroom teacher, my classroom served as a lab site for reading workshop and writing workshop. And people would come in from all over to learn, and I learned a lot about literacy. Literacy became my real passion. And in the classroom, I discovered that it was by incorporating music and movement that I could really effectively teach literacy to young children, because it just gets in your brain and your body. The music and movement puts the information in your brain and your body in a way that your soul can hear it. So it gets in their brain, it gets in their body, it gets in their soul. It's fun. And I want to share it with a wider audience.
So
So
can you share something from your curriculum?
yeah, sure.
You thought I'd never ask, right?
I was up for anything. You don't have
No,
to ask
Lisa,
me.
a song. I'm talking about a song and a dance, something.
Yes, I can share a song. So this, you know what? I'll do, oh, there's so many what to choose. I'll do this song. This is a song that I am turning into a book, and the book will be a shared reading piece that, um, the way I learned to read Hebrew was in synagogue. I would sing the prayers and follow in my siddur, and by singing, it's basically a shared reading piece collectively, singing together as a shared reading piece all together, learning the letter sound correspondence and learning how to track print in that way. That's how I learned to read Hebrew. And this is basically, there's a little more to it, but basically that's a method that I use. I use a balanced literacy curriculum, but shared reading is an important part of it. So if all my students get these song sheets, which eventually will be books, that they can read along and sing along. Plus I have movements, fun movements that go with these, but I can't do the movements and the guitar at the same time. And a lot of it is repetitive text, because that way they'll learn the repetition, learn to see the same thing over and over, hear the same thing over and over. It's a great way to learn that letter sound correspond. All right, here it is. Sorry, I'll stop talking.
I'm just going to give you some encouragement.
What's that?
Julia Donaldson, who wrote the Gruffalo and 100 other wonderful books, she started out as a songwriter. And she became like the world's foremost children's book writer. But she started out writing songs for the BBC.
All right. I haven't done this one in a while. Let's see if I remember it.
There's no jazz police here, dear.
All right. So this one is Hurry Up, Honey. And everything that I'm saying that the child is doing, we act out. So we start out asleep, and then when I say wake up, we act out, let's wake up. So you can imagine us acting out the motions.
Well, I'm going to act with you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I'll be your
So
audience.
you wake up, you'll eat your breakfast, you'll get dressed, I'll tell you what to do. You'll figure
No,
it
but
out.
I eat oatmeal porridge for breakfast.
That works. That's a good
Okay.
breakfast.
All right. All right. I snore, by the way.
What's that? That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a CPAP? Too many
No,
questions.
I just
Not
snore. Get a life, everybody. My wife and I, we love each other dearly. We snore. It's been many years.
I have a CPAP. It helps a lot. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Let's go, let's go. Why do you go so slow, slow as a sloth? Hurry up, honey, let's get dressed. Hurry up, honey, let's get dressed. Hurry up, honey, let's get dressed. Let's go, let's go. Why do you go so slow, slow as a sloth? Hurry up, honey, let's brush your teeth. Hurry up, honey, let's brush your teeth. Hurry up, honey, let's brush your teeth. Let's go, let's go. Why do you go so slow, slow as a sloth? Hurry up, honey, let's put on your shoes. Hurry up, honey, let's put on your shoes. Hurry up, honey, let's put on your shoes. Let's go, let's go. Why do you go so slow, slow as a sloth? Hurry up, honey, let's put on your backpack. Hurry up, honey, let's put on your backpack. Hurry up, honey, let's put on your backpack.
I had so much fun. I'm signing up.
Come here, honey, give me a hug. Come here, honey, give me a hug. Come here, honey, give me a hug. I love you. Thank you, honey, for teaching me to slow down.
Wow. That's incredible. No wonder you don't want to be a kindergarten teacher. When I grew up in Canada, and when I was on sabbatical, my daughter was 5. There was a trio named Bram, Lois, and somebody else. I don't even remember.
Sharon, Lois, and Brown.
Yes. And somehow you remind me of them.
Oh, thank you. I love them.
And wow, I'm like really impressed. Like when you wrote to me, you say, I say, oh, Risa, she's an actress and she was a kindergarten teacher and she writes books. Oh, I'll have her on the show, but I had no idea what an impressive woman you are.
Oh, thank you.
This is incredible. It's time to almost to say goodbye. And
Oh, well, I loved this time and I so appreciate the opportunity. And I think you're a mensch and I really, really am a fan.
thank you, dear. No, so I think that we can work together with our books and with your wonderful talent, and so we'll figure out what to do. You have to make money. I don't have to make money. I just have to be juicy. And this is Shiri's idea, not mine. But I decided in 2021 I'm going to be juicier. So,
I don't think you can be juicier than you already are. You're pretty juicy.
I know, but I can try. I can aspire to juiciosity. So I always ask my my interviewees about the Beatles. I have this. I'm fixated on the Beatles.
I should have worn my Beatles shirt today. What about them? What do you want to know?
Next time we get together, I'll wear my Beatles shirt and you can wear your Beatles shirt.
All right, it's a deal.
It's obvious you love the Beatles. What's your favorite song?
Oh, it might be Hey Jude. My son is named Jude.
Okay. That's wonderful.
What's your favorite song?
This program is about you, dear.
I'll tell you, my favorite album is Sgt. Pepper's.
That's like their pinnacle, except for Abbey Road.
Yeah.
Which is their pinnacle. And my favorite song is from the White Album, the double Beatles album. And you can guess what song it is. And maybe someday I will sing it for you. But if I ever get to Toledo, Ohio, or you come to appear in Tel Aviv, my grandchildren are going to love you.
Yeah,
I
I would
love it.
love to go.
I,
And I'd
listen,
love to have you here.
it's incredible. You know, I wrote a song about hurrying to the kindergarten, like waking
We have
up
so
in the
much in
morning and hurrying
common.
to the kindergarten. It's called,
No, I've always felt we had a lot in common, and that's what I said to you. We have a lot in common.
yeah, my song is, it's already Kvar Asara Lishmone. It's already 10 to 8. But the hero, who's a frog, doesn't want to get out of bed because he's kind of like ADHD, you know, and why get out of bed in the morning when all you have to do is go to kindergarten? So yeah, okay, you didn't guess my favorite song, but we can correspond. It's from the White Album. I'm not telling you.
Hmm. Is it back in the USSR?
I'm not saying anything.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so it isn't. Risa, this has been incredible. Thank you so much. And now you're going to sing "Hey Jude" a cappella or with your baby guitar. And
Oh
thanks so
my
much.
goodness. I couldn't. I don't know it. I'm not prepared.
Well, the thing about an actor, you study the impromptu, right, and the improv,
Yeah, I did.
improvisation. So
All
don't look
right.
at the words. Don't look at the words. You can go la 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 la. That's
All
half,
right.
that's
I
half the
don't have
song, by the way. The
I,
Beatles forgot the words to that song.
my husband's also a musician. All right.
Your
Hey,
husband is a musician.
Jude. He
Is he
is.
also named Jude?
No, he's Ed. We have another son, Clint. We have two boys.
Because we're you know, Jews don't name their children after. Anyway, is your husband around?
I think so, but I don't know. Ed, are you around?
Ed, come sing with us.
He's not going to come.
Why not?
Ed, are you around?
He's a professor of theater.
I don't think he's ready. I don't think
Not
he's
yet.
ready yet.
Okay, but you know,
Do you want to sing Hey Jude with me?
come on, Ed.
He's not ready. He's not ready. He's still doing his
Okay.
morning routine.
He's doing what?
His morning routine.
Okay, ask him what his favorite musical is.
His favorite musical?
Yeah.
It's
What's your
probably
favorite?
Into the Woods. He directed that last
Which
year.
one?
Into the Woods, I think, is his favorite. He directed that one last year, but I don't know.
Okay, and someday I want to do a reading of Guys and Dolls.
I was in Guys and Dolls.
Of course you were. Were you?
That was the first professional, meaning paid, acting gig I ever got when I was in high school at Amarante's Dinner Theater. And I was Mimi, who's a hotbox girl. And
I've
And
got the horse right here. His name is Paul Revere. And there's a guy who says if the weather's clear.
can do.
This
Yeah,
guy
so
says the horse can do. And also I have another friend named Elaine. And maybe we'll get all three of us and then we'll just do a read through.
all right, sounds
Guys
fun.
and Dolls. That'd be so much fun. And you can sing Adelaide's Lament if you want.
I'm not a soprano, but I'll try anything.
Yeah.
I know where she is.
Oh, this is incredible. So, okay, and now you're going to sing Hey Jude.
Oh, hey,
And
Jude,
it doesn't matter if you get the words wrong.
don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart, and you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. Breathe the minute you let her under your skin. Then you begin to make it better. All right.
La 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 la
La, la,
la.
la, 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 Hey, Jude.
Beautiful. Remarkable. Risa, thank you very much. It's been great having you on You've Got Mel. Don't forget to post the link where people can find you. I hope you're going to get tons of sign-ups. I certainly want my grandchildren to sign up. And there's Israeli kids, so they'll love it even more. So please be in touch and take care of yourself. Be healthy. Drive very carefully around hairpin turns until the next time we see each other, which I hope is soon. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear.